In this video, I'm going to tell you guys how to avoid these 3 mistakes and be successful in Germany as a foreign student and fast. Now the 3 things I'm going to share with you, I wish somebody had shared with me before so that I would have saved a significant amount of time. Now I'm going to define success as the point where you decide to come to Germany and then getting the job and finishing your probation period, because this is the hardest part for any foreign student in any foreign country. Now I'm not going to repeat the same things that you will find in the other video, because these are the 3 mistakes that I myself made and seen some of the students coming here making. Now the first most common mistake that most students make, including myself, when they come here is not learning the language or willing to learn the language. Now you might say this is not a problem because my education is of English. Even my master's course was completely of English, and at that time I didn't find the need to learn the language because my master's course is of English, so why is there a need to learn the language? But then later, when I was applying for jobs and internships, the real situation kicked in where I had to learn the language. So I was getting interview calls from top companies like Philips, Cargill, and then on the first interview I was like, can you speak in English? At that point, and at that particular point, the chances of me getting that particular job has been reduced by 80%. Now I'm going to tell you the reason why, because most German companies look if you can integrate into their working culture. Can you mingle with the team? For example, if you're going out lunch with your colleagues and everybody speaks in German and you're the only one who can't speak in German, it's awkward for you and for them as well in this particular situation. Or you need to speak with your client or your customer, and he's not going to speak in English because you can't speak in German. He's your client, so obviously he has the first preference. So these are things that interviewer will think of when he's trying to hire you, if you can really integrate into the culture or not. So this is going to be a big issue if you don't want to learn the language. So I started to learn the language from the interview point of view, because at that particular situation I was getting calls in German, and if I don't speak, I'm not going to get a job. If you guys want to know how you can crack the interview in German, I can give you a lot of tips and make a separate video on that, but let me know if you guys want to watch that or want that information on that, then let me know in the comment section below. Mistake number 2 that most students make in Germany is not having enough practical experience before you start applying for the jobs. The German education system is mostly based on Ausbildung or vocational training, which involves a lot of practical work as well as theoretical subjects. So by the time you're finished with your studies, your employer will expect that you have at least 6 to 1 year of practical experience, of like internships or theses at a company where you've worked in the real working environment. Now I finished my bachelor's degree in India, and then I came here, I was doing my master's degree, and then I realized that okay, I'm not gonna get any job, or I'm not gonna get a job real fast if I don't have any sort of internship or practical experience. So after I finished my subject, I started applying for internships. I was looking for internships day and night. I was applying for a lot of companies, and finally I could find one, and trust me guys, really, because after I finished my internship, I got the job in 2 months. And the only reason I got the job because of my internship. So the key factor in getting a job in Germany and being successful is having enough practical experience beforehand, so that when you apply for the job, you will be in the first of their list that they want to hire you, because you already have some sort of working experience. But it's also okay if you don't have the time, or you just want to come here as fast as possible, as soon as possible. You got an admitted to a nice university, but also keep in the back of your head that only your university degree will not help you in getting a job. You also need some sort of practical experience through internships or work students or whatever that is going to help you in the future in getting the job. So what I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to find anywhere on the internet, or nobody else is going to tell you this, because it's coming straight from me, from my practical experience, and from me looking at other students making this mistake. And it is getting into your comfort zone. This is the most common mistake that students make when they come here. They actually forget why they're here in the first place. Now this happened to me as well. I was working as a part-time employee somewhere. I used to come home tired, just have my dinner or lunch, whatever, and then relax the whole day. The next day I get up, I want to relax again, because the following day I have to work again. So this kind of continued for about an year or so, and then I lost track of time, and before you know it, 1 year passed away. When I look back into the year, what did I do? Nothing. I just used to go to part-time job, eat, sleep, and then done. I wasted a whole 1 year doing this. At that point, I realized the real reason why I came here is not doing part-time jobs, but actually focusing on starting a career. What can I do to get the job? What should I do to get an internship? What is my end goal? What is the real reason why I came here? So guys, whenever the interview asks you the question, what are you going to be in 5 years, or where you want to be yourself in 5 years, I think everybody should ask themselves where they want to be in 5 years, because that's a really important question. Because you know where you want to be in 5 years, then you can work backwards and then start planning small step by step, so that at the end of 5 years, or it might take 7 years, but you are getting there, and that is the end goal, right? So ask yourself where you want to be in 5 years and the real reason why you came to Germany in the first place. And when you have the answer to those both, then start executing small steps and then start planning your way towards that goal. This is going to help you to achieve your goals here in Germany, and also start a career or whatever business, whatever you came here to achieve, because you always have that end goal in your mind and you're always working hard to get to that end goal. I was always fascinated with manufacturing technology, so that's why I chose my focal fields in that particular direction. I looked for internships and theses in that particular direction, which finally led me to a job as a manufacturing engineer. So I always had that end goal that I want to be a manufacturing engineer here in Germany, and I worked small steps towards that, so that at the end I could achieve it. So that's it guys, try to come out of the comfort zone, try to learn a language, and try to get some work experience as well, because this will help you in the long run. Now you can help me by liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel, because if you do that, I'm going to make more content that will help you as well. So it's a win-win situation for both of us, and I think that's a great deal, right? But anyway, I'll see you in my next video.